all know that the Barbie movie launch did everything right, but what exactly did they do right? For the past month, I've been following the Barbie launch, taking notes, and now I'm finally ready to share the 7-step blueprint, nay, pink print, and bring you the most Barbie girl business lessons you've ever seen. Let's get into it with the most obvious thing first, the branding. We know that they nailed the visuals, and I know it's easy to assume all they had to do was just make things pink, but they did actually way more than that. They did something super strategic, super clever. They made it hot pink. And at this point, this color essentially equals Barbie. Apparently this movie actually even caused a global shortage of pink paint, which is spectacular. Now just look at this billboard. I mean, hot pink and a date. That's all they needed. Now, the clever thing they did with this branding is they didn't toe the line. They didn't do pale pink or pastel pink or something more neutral like light green. They could have tried to appease everyone and tone down the pink, the girliness, the cheesiness, but they didn't. The reason the branding for Barbie turned out so cool was because they chose to go all in on hot pink, the girliness, the cheesiness, with such an unapologetic energy. And by doing this, they were alienating a huge audience that isn't so into hot pink. And I think that's exactly the reason why it resonated. That's why it was memorable. This Barbie wasn't afraid to say, yeah, this movie's hot pink, and what about it? Like, it's hard? So here's the Barbie business lesson I took from this. To create branding that resonates 100% with your person means choosing who you are not going to be for. I think for a while with my own business and content, I tried to toe the line where I didn't want to lean too far into my personality or into one direction either way because I didn't want to be seen as unprofessional or put off any target groups. Like, even this video makes me a bit nervous, but Barbie would say, know who you are and go all in with your branding and for your person. Don't toe the line. So do you want to resonate 100% with your person, or do you want to resonate 20% with everyone? Ask yourself, do you truly know that ideal person? If you could only pick one customer, one person to work with for the rest of the time, who is that person in detail? And more importantly, who are you not for? Who are you not interested in catering to at all? Plus, what would it look like to go all in on your branding? Plus, what do you want to be known for? If you had to choose, what is one visual element you'd want to be known for? Whether that is a color, an icon, a logo, a pattern, or it can even be a smell do you want people to remember you by? What is the most memorable thing about your business? What do people bring up time and time and time again? And how can you double, triple, quadruple down on that one thing? So example, I love matcha. I talk about it on Instagram a lot. My body's like 80% matcha at this point. So how could I double down on that in a fun way? I could use matcha in my branding colors. Check. I could do Matcha Mondays where I share business tips while we drink matcha together. Fun, right? That's much more memorable than if I was like, oh, I shouldn't talk about matcha because it's kind of random and some people might not like matcha. Like, it's not that serious, right? Let's do an example. Let's say you're a freelance photographer and you love the color blue. Make it an iconic part of your brand. Your logo and website could have different shades of blue. You could offer a special blue hour photo shoot package. Your Instagram could like regularly feature the color of the week, and the color of the week is always blue. How fun and memorable is that, right? Like, people will talk about that. All right, let's get into the good stuff now. The strategic partnerships. Best I've ever seen. Some of my favorites are the actual literal Barbie Dreamhouse Unhinged, the Barbie themed Pinkberry frozen yogurt, Barbie Xbox, Barbie car in Forza Horizon. And if you want to dress like Barbie, they've got exact outfits at Zara. It literally feels like the marketing team just sat in a room and said, all right, people, no bad ideas. And it just started pitching like, how about we do a collab with Ruggable and make a Barbie carpet? And they were like, yeah, put that on the board. So I think the lesson here is it's so easy to take marketing and business so seriously and try to do it all hyper strategically and optimally and kind of overthink everything, but not Barbie. They didn't say why. They said, why not? And I mean, their budget must have been also astronomical. But the business Barbie takeaway for me here is, how can you add more fun into your business decisions and strategy? This video right here is an example of that for me. I have made a lot of strategic, more serious types of videos here on YouTube that are keyword and search oriented. But this video is just kind of fun. Like, what's fun for me is probably, hopefully, what's going to be fun for you to watch. And it's really not that fun to take business so seriously all the time. So what are some fun collabs you could do with your business, even if it seems a bit random and not 100% strategic? So maybe you're like a graphic designer and you love vintage design. Why not partner with like a local thrift store, go thrifting, and create designs based on their most iconic items? That's so memorable. It's so fun, and it gives you content for your portfolio, right? And speaking of super random collabs, I definitely want to talk about the Barbie Oppenheimer accidental collab. But first, let's talk about the next step of the pink print. The strategic nostalgia. I mean, finally, some nostalgia for women. Look at the past 20 years of movies, and it's almost exclusively nostalgia aimed at men, right? Comic book, movies, Marvel, DC, Transformers, Ghostbusters. That's not to say that non-men don't like those things too, but they're pretty heavily geared normally towards a stereotypical male demographic. And I mean, the height of Barbie's popularity was the 90s and early 2000s. All of those kids, me included, are now grown adults with a little bit of grown adult money. So Barbie brought back the exact details that we remember. The outfits, the dream houses, the pooping dog. And there's so much research on why nostalgia works so well in marketing. Nostalgia creates an emotional connection. People are way more likely to make a purchase when they're emotionally invested in a brand, in a story, in a product, some way, shape, or form. So the Barbie business takeaway for you is, who is the underserved market in your industry? Lean into those people. They might just lean back because nobody ever has thought about them before. Which target group is commonly ignored? Young, old, specific genders in your industry. And how can you add nostalgia into your marketing or into your business? How old is your current target audience? What were they up to when they were kids? Maybe you could include, for example, some storytelling about Kim Possible or Lizzie McGuire in your sales emails. How fun would that be? I would personally be obsessed. All right, next up in the pink print, we all saw this. Barbie released a poster designer where we could upload a picture and add our own fun version of this Barbie is... So fun, so organic. The clever thing about this meme generator is, sure, it's very cost effective, a very UGC way of promoting Barbie organically, but the real strategy part of this is it allows people to make it about themselves and share their personality. Why do we think star sign and Myers-Briggs personality test style content does so well? It's because people love to share their personality. So instead of emphasizing stereotypical Barbie in the marketing, the Barbie team found a way to make us the main character and make it relatable for us. So clever. So the business takeaway is, don't ever make your business just about you. Make it about your people. Make sure they can find themselves as the main character in your world. And how can you make your customer the main character in your marketing? How can you get others to market for you in that way? How can you make it super easy for your customers or fans to spread the word? And again, the trick here is people want to share marketing that's about them. They don't want to share marketing that's irrelevant to them. Find a way, some way, shape, or form to include your customers in your marketing, to make them feel special, to make them look cool when they share it. So for example, in my business, when my students finish my course, I send them a t-shirt via mail that looks like this. It highlights their expertise. It is free advertising for them to wear the shirt to co-working spaces or cafes, and potentially people may talk to them about it and ask them about it because my logo is on there. So that's fun for them. It's fun for me. It's just a win-win. Cool. Now the next masterstroke by Barbie was the creation of a complete magical immersive world. It's not just about a single plastic doll. It's not just some random movie, but a full world. Everything, and I mean everything, meticulously designed, thought through to the tiniest details, and that is what creates such a sense of escapism. The house, the shoes, the outfits, the animals, everything. It's everything together. It is storytelling. It is world building at its finest. This is strategically so powerful as it allows people to join and explore your world, to be a part of something, right? So the business lessons here is, how can you create a world around your product or service? Examples, Disney and Harry Potter do this super well with Harry Potter World and Disney World, right? Because like once you enter, you're like immersed in this whole thing. It's almost like you're transported to a different place where you're happy paying $30 for like a churro. So how can we create smaller scales of those world builds as small businesses? How can you make the experience of your product or service immersive, unique, unforgettable? It's about giving your customers something to belong to, something bigger than themselves. Speaking of, a great way to invite people into your immersive world is to take them behind the scenes. Every interview with the Barbie cast and crew made the production sound like such a fun and wholesome movie to be a part of, which is just, it's great press for them, honestly, but it's also fun to watch, right? From talking about their fun group chat to how they have to like wear pink once a week. I mean, love that. And even talking about how every Sunday they would gather to watch movie together as a sort of like church. It sounds like they had fun, like something you want to be a part of, something cool, something you're invested in. So the Barbie business takeaway here is, take people behind the scenes of product launches and releases. Show them how fun it was to create. Show them how much work went into it. Show them the care that was injected into your products or services. So a small example of this that I recently did with my business business is I recently launched a mini course, but I was talking about the behind the scenes of creating it for weeks beforehand, talking about the issues I ran into, what I was thinking, how my co-creator and I were having so much fun with it. And I think that brings people in and gets them more invested and is marketing with them versus to them. All right, now let's talk about Barbenheimer. They for sure didn't plan to release the same day as atomic bomb drama Oppenheimer. This was just a lucky accident, but there is a business lesson here. Through all the memes about Barbenheimer, double features, incredible t-shirts, logos, mashing up the two posters, the reason this is so fun for people is because these movies could not have anything less in common. One is a bubbly, bright blockbuster about a girly doll, and the other is a half black and white gritty drama about one of the most terrifying days in human history. So the lesson here is contrast. Contrast creates intrigue, sparks conversations. It's something that sticks in people's minds and make them sit up and say like, wait, what did you just say? Right? So the business takeaway is, how can you add contrast to your business? How can you create some juxtaposition? Big word. What are some things that don't go together at all in your industry? And how can you just combine them, right? Like maybe you're a business coach and you conduct pre-mortems, aka you analyze all the ways your client's business would fail catastrophically and help them prepare for those. That's so fun. I would love that. Maybe you're a serious documentary videographer who always sends a free blooper reel of the footage you filmed to your clients. So fun. Maybe you're a social media manager who has an unplugged package where you mail clients a physical printed social media action plan. How fun is that, right? Contrast is such a powerful opportunity to disrupt the status quo, create something unexpected, and to make bank by being memorable. So, did I miss anything? What did you think of the movie? I loved it. This YouTube video is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but it's so in my personality zone. So if you liked it, please tell me. And if you didn't, you can just think it. Don't tell me. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.